I've had some good experiences with allowing and letting flow as well. With I've had to have some negotiations with business, which I've never really had to do. And a lot of that actually, you were offering your help, and a lot of me wanted to go to you to ask for help, that I want my daddy to help me situation. And I had to sort of sit and be with that and just say, hey, actually, I've got this and I can handle this. And pretty much got everything exactly how I wanted. I had moments where the negotiation came back not how I expected it, and I reacted to that. I got a bit emotional, and at first I was like, oh, I'll stuff this, I'll go do something else. But that's not an adult way to respond. So I sat with that. I actually went down to the beach and did a grounding and some of our processes to clear that emotion and whatever was coming up for me, being treated unfairly. This isn't fair. They're trying to have a lend of me. Totally made it about myself and took it really personally. And when I could clear that out, then I saw, it's all part of the process. And why wouldn't they offer what they're offering? And I just had to handle it. So I got to work handling it. And anyway, yeah, got everything exactly as I wanted it, didn't I? Everything. I didn't. It probably even better. Probably even better than I wanted, actually, which is what it is. And even when I was walking down to the meeting, because we just caught up locally, I set the intention. I gave it up to my inner hero, to the Holy Spirit. I'll give it up. Give credit to the Holy Spirit. I think that's who's working through me for that particular situation. Always, actually, but that's who I view as my inner hero. When I am allowing that part of me to be its best and to really shine. So ended up getting everything through the negotiation that I wanted, plus now we've got a space to actually have some workshop space in an organisation and team building and leadership kind of workshops that I'm going to be able to experiment with a great bunch of people too. So that's everything's kind of been given to us on a silver platter, which is beautiful. And now we can just keep showing up for the show and having fun with the show and enjoying this, and get back into nurturing you guys and building this group and getting the message out there a bit more. So pretty happy. Been a big win this week for me, actually, to get that, that done.
Yep. And I think it's actually perfectly a good example. Sometimes we do want to turn to other people and ask for them to give us help. Like you mentioned, you could have quite easily asked, and I was offering the help, but you could have quite easily come to me, and then we may not have, we don't know, but we may not have ended up with the same result. But my point will be is, if you're following someone else's journey, you're never really going to experience your own hero's journey. Because it's their journey. So the fact that you took that on yourself and you followed your hero's inner hero and you went for it for yourself, I mean, that's the hero working in us. We have to take courage. We have to actually really work on ourselves and not be fearful that we're not going to get it wrong. Or it's not fear really, is it? But it's more just holding back or falling back into the old way of doing something, as opposed to stepping out in, didn't know how it was going to work out, didn't know how it was going. But knowing and being confident is something different. Being confident in the hero being there with you as you go and do something, as opposed to falling back with what you know and going forward with your old way of thinking, this is how I'm going to deal with it. And look how it just opens up. When you allow, and that was inspiration. You allowed that inspiration. And it wasn't so much either that you got what you wanted. Everybody ended up getting what they each wanted. So it ended up being a beautiful partnership. Yeah. And as a result of that, we now got some going to do some workshop and help and be part of their business in the hero's way as well. So it's awesome. I love it. I love what you did. It was beautiful. It's a very encouraging thing for others to hear too.
It's and it's a massive thing for me, because I've always, for my finances and for my career, I've always had this thing of waiting for something or somebody to come and save it, to make it all happen. You know, I've definitely had that for a long time and I would look for it in other people as well. You know, like, is this going to be the person that comes along and it's going to be a partnership that really gets me going, or is this person going to give me some money or give me a bit of invest in my business and in my vision, so that, you know, I can really follow this. There was always this thing looking for something outside of myself rather than, man, let's just create this. Let's just do this. I'm sick of looking for it. It's time to just have to create it and to let it come through me. So it was awesome. It was awesome. Really, really big moment this week for me, actually, in becoming a man, becoming an adult as well. And I'm quite proud of myself with how I handled the whole situation. Actually, it's cool.
Brilliant.
It's cool.
Yeah. And I like what you just said. It was a really important point you just made there. It came through you, not to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is the basis of what we're doing here. Is everything happens so that we can show up as what we need.
Yep.
You know, the challenges I've got, the financial challenges I've had in my life have been there so that I could solve them and show up for myself as I need it, as I want it, not as somebody else has told me how it should be. So, yes, seeing myself starting to do that now is awesome, because it's something I've never had. And I don't think many of us do until we learn it, until we actually practice it and give ourselves the space to become it.
And I think that's a true indication of abundant living, when you know you're going to do something and you allow it to come through you, as opposed wanting it to come to you. When you come to you, it's more about, I've got to have it, I've got to try and get it. It's like a grabbing type of a thing. Whereas when it's coming through you, you're not taking ownership of it, you're letting it go, and you're allowing it just to be. And if it's right, it's right. If it's not, it's not. And then you keep moving. So inspiration comes through you, not to you. So, yeah, beautiful. Congratulations. We're having wins all around.
We are. Yeah, nice. It's nice.
And we celebrate our heroes' journeys and our heroes' wins, because that's what it's about. That's what this show's about, is winning. Those are the wins. We celebrate with each other.
It's one of the most important parts, and actually acknowledging when you have had it, because most of us, you know, we're on to the next thing already. We've already planned the next thing, or there's always the next mountain to climb.
Yeah.
Taking at least a moment and just saying, wow, we did that. Great work. Even if it's internally giving yourself a pat on the back. Or, you know, if you need to do something, going out for dinner or something like that, it's so important, because the celebration of life is something that's non-existent at the moment, for sure, and it's very important. It's very important for us to celebrate. I think that's what we're here to do: celebrate each other, celebrate our differences, celebrate our wins, celebrate our challenges. You know, celebrate the mistakes we make. It's getting that celebration back in life is important,